Hello my beautiful flowers and welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing our July budget. I have gone ahead and gotten my spreadsheet all ready to go. We have our trusty calculator nearby and we are going to be figuring out kind of estimating what our income will be for this month, deducting major expenses, budgeting how much we will need each check to budget each check for each of our bills, our utilities, sinking funds, our cash envelopes, and of course our savings challenge. So I've got everything laid out here on the spreadsheet. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Normally I like to have this printed out in more of a physical copy. However, my printer is out of commission today. So I have to have it here on my iPad. So let's go ahead and dig right in. In our very first category, first thing I like to do is estimate our income for the month. So I'm going to quickly do that on my calculator here. This isn't a definite amount, but it's what I believe it to be. Now, one thing I do have to figure out is that I recently got a raise, and so I am unsure of how much my checks are going to be. So I'm only going to go, I think I'll still have maybe one more check from my previous job, maybe two. So I'm gonna budget like this is my previous position. And if I just happen to, bring in a little bit more because of that raise, then so be it. I'll adjust on the fly. However, I think I'm just gonna go for what I would normally be getting. So I'm gonna guess that our monthly income is going to be 40. I'm actually gonna make this in a, there we go, 4,700 is what I'm gonna guess. Not really guess, but educated guess. And so if we have 4,700, sorry, not sure if you can see my calculator here. Okay, perfect. Sorry, I'm in a new setup, so I'm making sure that everything looks okay. So minus our rent of 880. So type that in. And then our loans, we've recently decided to scale back a little bit on our loans. We are only putting, I believe, 1,500 a month towards those. So I'm gonna deduct 1,500, write that in here. And that leaves us $2,320 to disperse among all of our funds for the month to budget, what we'll have left over. All right, so I am pulling out my June budget just as a reference for some of these numbers. So our gas and electric bill, it is summer. We have the air conditioning on a little bit more, so I'm actually gonna budget closer to 85 for this. And I stuff for gas and electric every single week. So I'm gonna divide that by 4 paychecks. I believe we have 4 paychecks. That's 21, 25. I'm just gonna go ahead and say 22 per paycheck. I'm actually just gonna double check really quick to make sure that we really do have 4 paychecks this month. So all right, yes, July is just a four paycheck month for us. Okay, water sits usually the same every single month. I'm gonna say $35. And if we divide that by 4 paychecks, I'm gonna do about $9 every paycheck. I like to round up a little bit because if I have more in there, great. Phone it's actually closer to $140 divided by 4, and that'll be $35 a check. Internet is around $66 a month, and that's around $17 per check. Now, monthly subscriptions and yearly subscriptions, this is new on here. I have only a few. I decided I wanted to keep these separate. However, I will just have one subscriptions sinking fund. But just for like my own, I don't know, peace of mind, I just have them separate on here. So I have one Twitch subscription, which is about $5.30. And then I also have Amazon Prime, which is around $16 if we're rounding up. I'm actually just gonna make that Twitch 5 and then Amazon 16. And I believe those are my only monthly subscriptions, which is $21 divided by 4. We're gonna do I'm gonna do 5 per check. I know it's not quite, well, I guess I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'll just do 6 per check. It's gonna end up being more, but that's okay if we have some rollover. Now my yearly subscriptions, so I need to figure these out really quick, I believe. All right, I took a moment, figured out what my yearly subscriptions are. This is kind of new to me because I've only started this budget method within the last couple of months, and so all of a sudden I'm having these yearly subscriptions come due, and I'm like, oh gosh, I have to remember that I have to pay these. So my yearly subscriptions total to about $190. Now, what I will be doing is I'll be dividing that by the number of months till the end of the year, I think. Sorry if you can hear the air conditioning just kick on. So there are 6 months, I believe: July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, so 6 months until the end of the year. So I'd like to have all of these ready by the end of the year. So we are going to divide 190 by 12. So that is about 16 bucks. And then if I am going to have 4 paycheck stuffings, divide that by 4, and that is about $4. So that'll go towards our yearly subscriptions. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. I'm budgeting 16 for the month for my yearly subs and then 4 per paycheck. All right, so let's go ahead and total up our total amount needed for the month and then per paycheck for my utilities and my reoccurring bills. All right, so 363 will be going towards that. And per check, I'll be putting into all of these categories $93. Just gonna make sure that equals. So yeah, it's gonna be, yes, so 93 per check. All right, so then we're gonna go ahead and try and get an estimation on our cash envelopes, how much we'll be putting in. So groceries, I am doing $100 per week, so that'll be $400. Gas, I do 50 per week, so that'll be 200. Eating out, I think I'm gonna give myself $30 a week, and I should know what 30 times 4 is, but my brain isn't working today. So 120. Spending, this is my spending. I give myself, I'm gonna do 30 per week as well, so I'll do 120, and then my husband will also be getting 30 per week. I might lower my spending, just depending on how I'm doing. So our per paycheck, we're gonna do 100 in groceries, gas we're doing 50, eating out 30, spending 30, and Zach spending 30. So let's total our overall and our per paycheck. All right, 960 for the overall, and then if I just divide that by 4, I think I should get it, but I'm gonna do it this way. All right, so 240 per check. Yep. All right. That overall 960 is like shocking to me. It's a little bit more manageable in my brain when it's just that 240. All right, so we're gonna go over to our sinking funds here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a minute and write in our current amounts here, and then I will be back to set our goals and then how much we're gonna put per check. I've gone ahead and written all of my current amounts in my categories for my sinking funds, and we're gonna go ahead and set our goals and figure out how much I will be putting in per check. Now, I only stuff my sinking funds twice a month unless it is a 3-week pay period for me. However, I just had a 3-week pay period, so I don't believe I will be able to do a third sinking fund stuffing like I was able to in June. So we're gonna just do 2 paychecks will be going towards our sinking funds. So health we currently have at 130, and actually I only need it at 130 for this next month. However, I really want to continue to let it grow, so I am going to make a goal of I'm gonna make a goal of 180. And that means per check. So I need a total of 50. So for stuffing twice, that means I'm gonna do 25 per check. All right, insurance is at $393. Now this, I need to hit the 600 mark by the end of August. And so that means I have 2 months to hit 600. So to hit 600, I need $207. So I have 2 months to do that. So that's $103 a month. So I need to add basically, let's do $100 more. So my goal is $493. So I would add 50 per check to this. All right, my down payment in my house has $2,044 in it. I would like to see this get to, if I can get to $2,150, that would be awesome. So $2,150 minus $2,044 is 106, divided by 2 stuffings is 53 per check, or per stuffing rather. Emergency, as we know, well, if you missed my last video with my sinking fund update for the month of June, my emergency fund did take a hit. It was closer to 500 and now it's down to 334. So I would like to see this get to 450. It's a lofty goal, especially for only 2 paycheck stuffings. However, I think I can do it. So we have 450 minus 334. That's a growth of 116. That means I would need to put in 58 per check. Subscriptions. This one is actually taken care of over here. So I'm actually just gonna cross this one out. Gifts, we have 56 in there. This one, I don't have any gifts coming up that I need due. So our goal is just gonna be, let's just make it $70. And that'll be $14 difference for 2 paychecks is $7 per check. So then entertainment, I would like to see this get to, if we can get it to $40, that would be great. And that's a difference of $13. 2 paychecks, we'll just do 7 as well. My husband, Zach, I want to see his grow a little bit more. It'd be great if it can get to $50. And I'll come back at the end. If I'm being a little too conservative with these, I'm going to come back and make some adjustments depending on how much money I have left over in the budget. So I wanted to get him to $50. He's at 14, which is 36, which is $18 per check. And vacation, we're at 479. It'd be awesome if vacation could get to 525. Love that. Minus 479 is $46, 23 per check. Cars at 435. I'm gonna say let's get to 475. That's a $40 difference, so 20 per check. Business is at 35. I don't necessarily need this one to grow that much. Sorry about that car in the background. 60 is what my goal for this. Minus 35 is a $25 difference. So we'll do about 13 per check. Furniture's at $399. And I think I want to see this grow $50 this month. So I'm gonna go ahead and say our goal is $450. So 51. So we're gonna do 26. I know that'll get us over the amount, but that's okay. Christmas is a new category, new sinking fund for me. It's about 6 months till Christmas, about 5 months till we'll actually start buying Christmas gifts. So I'm gonna make my goal about $50 per month for this. And so that'll mean 25 per sinking fund update. Clothes is at 33, and my goal for this one, I'm going to do 75. is $42, which is $21 per check. And baby, I just do $10 every single check. So my goal will be $60 for the month, and that is $10 per check. Okay, so I'm not gonna total up the current and my, if I meet my goal amount, I'm just gonna total up how much I will be needing to stuff for each check. So, starting at the top, all right, so it is $356 for all my sinking funds. So $356 per check will be going in there. So if we have my total amount of my amount that I'll be able to budget this month, which is $2,320, and I will be using $363 this month on utilities and reoccurring bills. I will be using $960 towards my cash envelopes, and I will be using $356 towards sinking funds, which actually leaves $641 left over, which is a lot. Oh, you know what? I need to times that 356 times 2 because that's only per check. So minus another 356 is actually 285. Okay, that is a lot more reasonable. So we'll be able to put 285 towards my 100 envelope challenge. I was really worried there for a second. I was like, how did I randomly get $600 extra? So I'll have 285 left over for the challenge. So I'm just gonna go ahead and total up all of these to make sure they equal my 2,320. So we have our 285 plus our 356 twice, plus our 960 plus our 363 is 2,320. Perfect. All right. So there you guys have it. This is my July budget. Obviously, not everything is set in stone with this. Things can change really easily. And of course, amounts may vary depending on, if I do end up getting that extra amount on my second check of the month. I'm not sure if I will or not. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate every subscriber, every viewer, every commenter and liker of my videos, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.